I don't have a spouse, I don't have a partner. I haven't seen my best friends in 9 months, 10 months. This is all I do. I literally live my entire life trying to make this work. And I think when I realize, how long can that go on for, and having to accept that it might not work out, it's tough.
Oh, park it, park it, park it, park it. Oh, park it. Okay. Hi. Oh boy. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh.
All right, so everything you're watching right now was actually from a few days ago, mostly because I just needed to disconnect from the entire world of making content or making photos or me as a business, I guess. And it felt really nice to just take the weekend to myself. I still worked, but only very little here and there in different parts. But for the most part, just kind of focused on socializing, meeting up with people that I hadn't seen in a long time, going on a hike with Rufus and Maggie, and just really enjoying that part of my life. But over the last few days, I also haven't been filming, and I've been thinking a lot about this channel and what's going through my head. And I'm just gonna preface this by saying the fact that some weeks feel absolutely amazing. Some weeks I don't think about anything but working, putting my head down and grinding and making videos and just continually trying to improve my content. But like most of you out there and most creatives, some days are harder than others. And I've been struggling the last couple days. And it's one of those things where I try not to get caught up in the numbers, but it is really starting to dwell on me. So everything I'm about to say is probably gonna come off as negative, but I really don't want to be negative, and I don't want to come off as negative. It's more of just the realities of what this life is like and what it's like trying to make this work. Now, everyone that's watching this and everyone that's stuck around to this part of the video is probably extremely supportive. Maybe you've donated, maybe you've bought something, maybe you've just liked this video, which means the world to me, and everyone watching has really been helpful. But the problem is I just feel so stagnant, not necessarily in my work. I've tried to change things up, but I keep looking at numbers and I'm just not growing. And the last time I made a video like this, the reality is, like I said before, I haven't gained enough momentum. I haven't found enough revenue streams to make myself sustainable. The fact that I basically said I'm probably gonna end the channel after I go to Alaska. And I said that I'm just gonna go to Alaska as my last thing, gonna come back and reevaluate what I'm doing with the channel and what I'm doing with my life. And it just so happens that I also decided to just start making daily videos. I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna do this. And it worked, and I got so much support. that it means I'm still sitting here making videos. And that support is the only reason I'm actually sitting here talking to the camera right now. If I had not gotten that support that I got while I was in Alaska, I would have come back, tried to figure out, okay, I'll probably live in the car, find a job, maybe keep making some videos here and there, but really take all the pressure away from trying to make this work. But because of you guys, I'm still here. And honestly, I still feel great. I still feel hopeful. But I will admit the last couple days, I haven't felt hopeful. I'll just give you some numbers. So I started my print store all the way back in February, and I've slowly added shots to it so that you can go on there and just order something if you want to support me, but also get something great for your wall. February. I've made one print sale. Actually, if you count a friend of mine that I've been friends with since almost in high school, I've made 2 print sales. But I'm only counting people I don't know because that's my metrics of who I'm reaching and the people that I'm inspiring that want to support me but also like my work. Now, I've gotten plenty of donations. There's been so many donations. You guys donated $4,500. Yeah, absolutely incredible. But that's reality, one print sale. I've sold 22 calendars to people I don't know, 3 calendars to friends or family. And that's great. Like, honestly, I think my number was, as long as I sell 20, hopefully, it was worth the days that I put into making it. Is it worth all the photos? Is it worth everything else? Not necessarily, but I try not to look at things from how much money I'm making, and I'm looking at things as how well they're being received. I don't know. I don't want to pressure anyone. I'm actually not even going to have the support link down below for this video because a lot of the times I make these videos and that's when I end up getting the most support. More people will donate, more people will buy stuff, and I really don't want that. I want people to support the good videos. I want people to support the videos that I'm having a great time in. I want people to support those videos. I don't want to only be able to survive by making videos that feel like cries for help, because that's not what this is. This is me trying to be as transparent as possible about turning YouTube or photography into a career the way that I want to do it. Because that is a huge caveat, and I'm going to digress a little bit here, but when I started making consistent videos once a week, it was September 2020, and just a few months after that, I released my, still to this day, most popular video about using the blue calibration slider in Lightroom. It's got, I want to say, almost 500,000 views, and it's also what has pretty much provided maybe half the subscribers to this channel. So September 2020 to April 2021, 7 months, I went from 300 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane. I couldn't, in disbelief. Like, this feels amazing, everything was going well. And then it's taken me 18 months. I just hit 30,000 subscribers, which is awesome, by the way, thank you. But it's taken me 18 months to go from 20,000 to 30,000. Now, the reality is I didn't do what you're supposed to do on YouTube. I should have had that video and leaned into the momentum of that editing video and just kept making editing videos. Every person that does YouTube success stories, or every person that tells people how to make a living off of YouTube, all their suggestions are find your niche and then lean into it once it goes off. I made a good editing video that reached people, and if I had just kept making editing videos, it would have taken off. I could be at 100,000 subs right now, not worrying about the monetary transactions that I'm getting through the channel. But the problem is, I didn't want that. I didn't want to just make editing videos. I didn't want to just make tutorial videos. There's tons of those already out there, and that's not what photography is to me. And I've always said, since day one, I've always said that I was gonna do this channel the way that I wanted to, and if it didn't work, I would find something else to do, because I know that even if I had ridden that wave of success, and even if I had leaned into it, just a few months later, it would have just felt like a job. A few months later, it would have felt like I wasn't having any creative outlet, and it would have just drained me. So I decided, no, I'm not gonna lean into it. I'm gonna keep doing my own thing, and it hurts me. It means that half the subscribers watching this channel right now subscribed for editing videos, and because they stopped clicking on the rest of my videos, it completely kills my metrics. Anyone out there watching that wants to make YouTube their career or anything like that, if that's something you want to do and that's what you want to lean into, do it. Totally. There are so many people out there that would kill to just have a job making videos about editing photos. I understand that, but that's not what I want, and that's not what I wanted to lean into. Some other metrics are I've made, I want to say roughly $1,900 since January 1st of just YouTube ad revenue. That means that if I didn't get memberships on YouTube or donations through YouTube, I would make $1,900 just from ads. And I've released, I want to say, over 100 videos at this point. That's again one of those things where you just have to accept through YouTube that that's not your main source of revenue. A lot of the times it's sponsorships, or you're reaching a wider audience so you get to sell more of your products to people. And speaking of products, I have spent somewhat this year trying to come up with ideas of things that I can monetize or sell to viewers that I would actually buy. So the best things I could sell are digital items. They would be preset packs or LUTs or stuff like that. But the reality is I don't use preset packs. I don't use them in my own work, and I cannot sell stuff that I don't use in my own work. I just can't. I feel morally wrong. And there's even been thoughts in my head, hey, just go through and make 10 presets that you would actually use maybe in your day-to-day for certain types of photos. And I started to do it, and I was like, I'm not going to use most of these. Every photo is different, and I don't personally work where I'm trying to just slap different looks onto a photo and seeing which one sticks. But I haven't got to that point. I just haven't reached a point where I would use my own presets, meaning I can't sell them to other people. But those are the types of things that people make a living off of. And I know that I'm hurting myself by not doing it, but I just can't. The most money I've made all year is just from donations, is from support, from my trip to Alaska. It's kind of dwindled now, but that makes sense, right? Because I don't have this start and end point. I don't have this, I'm on a journey right now. Right now I'm kind of just existing here in Colorado currently, probably gonna shoot some of the Southwest. At the end of the day, I'm struggling, but I'm trying to motivate myself in different ways, still trying to find different avenues of things I could find. But man, some days just suck. And some days just feel like I just want to throw it all away and go do something else and not worry about it so much. Because I still to this day wake up and think, is this going to be the video? Is this going to be the video that YouTube suggests that just get more eyes on what I'm doing? You know, remaining humble, I know that my content is not the best. It's not extremely unique, and it's not necessarily doing stuff that other people aren't already doing. It's not even doing it better than those people. But I'm doing it in my way, and I think it's good enough that it could attract more people. And I just can't break through, and it's frustrating. It's like hitting my head against a wall and just saying that if I just keep making stuff, something will stick, something will happen. And it just hasn't happened yet. And I know I have to look at the bigger picture of it's a slow growth, and I think that's the hardest thing. But the reality is I'm not necessarily making any more money than I did last year, but yet I'm living in my car. I literally do this every day. It's my entire life. I don't have a spouse. I don't have a partner. I haven't seen my best friends in 9 months, 10 months. This is all I do. I literally live my entire life trying to make this work. And I think when I realize, you know, how long can that go on for, and having to accept that it might not work out, it's tough. It's really hard to mentally deal with. So yeah, I hope this doesn't come off as me complaining, or this is not a cry for support. I don't want anyone to watch this and go and buy anything or donate or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not even gonna put the link down below. I mean, if you want a calendar, I'm not gonna stop you from that one, because that one I really am proud of. But it's more of just me being real. And I think a lot of the times all we see is me waking up for sunrise or being out for sunset. You just see 10 hours. You only see 10 minutes of my day a lot of the times. You don't see all of the other stuff that goes on, or all the stuff that I'm trying to push, or the ideas that I'm trying to come up with, or the notepad long list of things that I want to do that I'm trying to figure out how to do, or just the ways to monetize and stuff like that. So this is real. I'm struggling. But tomorrow's a new day. I'm already feeling much better just making this video, for example. So sometimes maybe it's just, I gotta put myself out there and put my head back down and start doing it again. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. I hope it was insightful. I don't know. I hope it was something. I don't know. Oh, I guess I should mention, I really enjoyed making my iPhone versus camera video. it was really nice to do a really long form, in-depth, multiple day video again. And I'm thinking that maybe balancing those with more daily experiences, if I can, would be really good. So just like how I did when I was shooting the San Juans, I still make daily videos, but throughout those videos, I have a bigger purpose. I'm also filming something for, I don't know, a tutorial or something like that. That's kind of where my head's at right now, and I think that that might be the best balance coming into the future, of ways to grab people from the outside that aren't subscribed or watching my channel or know who I am, and then keeping people along for the journey and along for the ride, or just listening to me ramble on and complain. All right, signing off for real this time. I will see you again tomorrow. Later.